how it looks. It's not. So I'm going to clean all this engine bay up now, and the engine. You can see how much dust is in there, and I'll clean all the front up. So we've put the bonnet on here on a piece to protect it because we won't need it for some months now. But I'll clean all this engine up, get everything cleaned up inside. Amir's going to work on the back, which he has been doing already. Look, the boot lid is looking real nice. Okay, so the car's extremely dusty, as you can see, but you look how nice the shut lines are on that. More importantly, it's perfect here. Again, shut lines all the way down. So you can see how pretty manky it is in here. So I'll get all this cleaned up nice. Do those heads, do those rocker covers, or cam covers I should say. Carbs, clean all the front off, get as much dust and crap out as I can. And we should be good. This is a typical example when you're doing restoration. You have to adapt things. Sometimes you can't buy, sometimes you can buy them, sometimes you can't get hold of them, or you have to adapt. So some time ago I bought this kit at a show, and basically it's clips for pushing into square holes, so you can put a screw through and put a top on it, for instance. In this particular case, it's the actual it's the cover that goes over where the rear shock absorbers are attached, because if you didn't have this inspection cover or didn't have this access cover, you wouldn't be able to get to the top of the shock absorbers to change them. So they've obviously been smart enough in 1958 to make this inspection hatch. You take out 12 screws and you can get to the top of the shock absorbers. So the problem is, unfortunately, this basic kit that I bought, this generic kit, these are exactly what I need, but unfortunately they're the wrong size. They're too small. They won't clip into the hole. So what I've come up with is this is a basic clip where you just put a self tapper through it, but unfortunately this bend here is too small because there's a lip. So what I've done is I've made them like this, which obviously is ridiculously high, but it's enough to get over the bend, and then I can use a special clamping tool to pull that end down so it clips and it stays in place. And I'll show you exactly how I'm doing that. I have this tool. It's actually for you can make little 90-degree bends with it, or you can do just about anything with it. It's nice, got a nice flat edge on it. It's like a set of mold grips, except it's got a nice little tongue here, so you can put it on, you can close it right up and actually make a nice small bend with it. So what I'm doing is using this. Fortunately there's the room to put it on. Because it's over the clip like that, what I can do is go to the back of the clip. Hopefully I can show you, and go to the back of the clip and then push down. So there's a heavy little lip in here, but I can push it back down like that and clamp it into place. Hopefully that's coming up on the camera. So I'll show you it when it's done. So I've made these 4 brackets out, and what I've done is I've just done a little spot weld and extended them. So the hole on the front is just to go around the length of the clip, and that's the hole we're going to use for the self tapper. So I can turn one over. You see how I've done it. And the reason it's like that, I'll show you right now, is in the car. You can see how them tabs fit nicely across there, but you can see how far they are into the corner. And obviously nothing like the distance these ones are. That's why I've made 4 of them tabs up to go into them corners and stretch across. But it works because we tried one, and so I've made 4 in total. What I'm doing here is I've made the boot board out of, it's actually 8 ply, not 6 as I thought it was, it's 8. What I'm doing now is I'll put an extra piece of aluminium 1mm, and the one that I have, it needs repair. It's going to take more to repair than make a brand new one. So what I've done is I've already started. The side here is 1mm, and these top edges, these 3 top edges are 2mm each, 2 centimeters, sorry. So you can see that's going to fit nicely into there. I know I've checked this already. So the tools I've got here is obviously a hammer and dolly, and this little tool here, which I don't know if you guys have seen before. It's a really good bit of kit. It's like a set of mole grips, but it's more precise because it's got this flange bit on the top here, you can see. So when you want to pull something over, you can get it right into the line and just take a little bit at a time. I'll take this off a little bit, it's a bit too tight. And this one is a bit more complicated because it's actually in an arc, it's not straight. So I'm going to nip away at it. And this is the nice thing about this, it's only got a short span on it, so you don't damage the crease. Come back along, just ease it more to a 30-degree angle. And the nice thing is, obviously, the more I can turn it around and show you, the more, because it's got this lovely big flat area, it sits nice flat against the edge, so you can having to find the edge all the time. It's easier to trying to do it without getting my hands in the way so you can see what's going on. And if I increase the pressure on it now, it will clean this edge up, it will push, it will go in and push them areas in. They're not as flat as the others. I've only worked that for a few minutes, but just to give you an idea how it looks. You can see how it makes a nice. Sorry, camera's too far back. Let me come back a little bit so you can see it. There we go. So you can see I've got these at 90 degrees, and it still makes a nice real edge on it. And you can see I haven't gone over yet, but that top bit, it will clean up really nice, especially when I hammer and dolly it. But you can see that it's not straight. It's got a bit of a bow in it, and that's because of the shape of the boot. So I'll get on and do the rest of this. Jeremy has been working on the radiator. He's put the radiator in now. This is the fan system that we have. You can pull this up and you can actually change the temperature setting on it. This is the normal auto valve for the temperature, but this is controlling the fan inside, and I'll take you around and show you how the fan looks. You can see there. And this fan is specially made. I think it's called Airflow, the company, but I'll have to check if anybody's interested in the name. I think they're called Airflow, but they're specially made for 150s, which fit into these bracket systems here. And obviously you can see there's no room now for the fan or the blade, but the two blade that was on it is pretty much useless anyway. It's only airflow that's cooling it. The blade is like a Flymo kind of system, but anyway, there's it all in. That's a reconditioned radiator, which we had on before with and this has got Evans in this engine. So yeah, having a chance to clean up, but now we've got the bonnet off, you can see it's a really nice fit. And you know, he's working on these banjo units for these carbs. So there we are. But it'd be nice once it's all cleaned up.